Howdy folks, today it is Ruben here, coming at you with a video about a haversack. We're making a haversack. We're in my garage. See, pretty messy, pretty stellar. Canada, no big deal. So we have a big old canvas tarp here. I made a bedroll out of part of it. So we have about 12 by 12 left. We're gonna be cutting out a little bit in this corner to make our haversack. If you don't know what a haversack is, it's basically like a satchel, like a man purse. What you do is you wear it on your person with your bedroll, right? And then you put all your camping gear inside that little sack there, and you walk on into the woods and you spend the night. So that's what we're gonna do, haversack time. We got some measurements here. Yeah, I'm not very good at this, but so far we got this. We want the final dimension to be 14 by 16 for the actual bag, the actual part you're gonna fill. So to do that, we have to cut one face, another face, so 16 by 14 here as well, and then a flap to go over the top, which would be 9. That's a 9. So that's the game plan. And we're gonna add 1 inch on each side here for the stitching, because I'm gonna have to stitch all the seams up here so that those flaps, when they come together, make a bag. So the final dimensions is 16 across, because 14, 1 on each side for the stitching, and then 16, 32 plus 9 is 41. So 16 by 41, that's the dimensions we want. We got it marked out here. We're gonna be cutting just on the left side of this here seam, because we're actually gonna use that as our strap for the haversack. It's already a doubled over piece of canvas, so that should work out pretty freaking nice. So that's 41 from the end down. That's 16 here out. So we got 41 by 16. We're gonna cut that out now as straight as we can after we mark it all up, and then get to sewing, allegedly. Well, there's 12 plus 4. Line those up. Okay, here's what we got. So we have an outline. Got this line here. That's 16 inches going all the way down. That's 16 inches. And then 41 from that to this edge right here. So I'm gonna cut on the outside of these lines, get our piece, then hopefully it's not messed up. We'll see. Got the old skizzers from the old kitchen there, bud. Let's get her done. Don't forget to drop a like for arts and crafts with the Birdo Boy. Oh! Oh boy. We've cut it, yep. No going back. Oh boy, last cut. Here we are. We have a cut piece of canvas. Yep. Doesn't look like a bag yet. We're gonna fix that. So we have migrated over to the bench. What we need to do now is measure out those spacing points, because remember, we want to have it 14 by 16. Yeah, 14 by 16. So that's the bag, the initial pocket there. Then this flap goes over top like that. That actually looks pretty decent. What I'm gonna do also is just curl this over, because it is a raw edge. I gotta make sure these edges don't fray out on me. I don't know how to do that. I'm not a seamster or a seamstress. I got licorice though. Oh, also, wait a minute. Ah, see? This is gonna be the inside of the bag. When we sew these, I'm gonna flip it inside out, which means that everything's gonna be reversed. So I need to sew this way, or yeah, I need to sew this way. Yep. And then this will be going like that. Yep, okay. All right, so we're backwards. Whoop-de-doo. We're gonna sew this part. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Gotta grab my awl. Where did I put my licorice? Be right back. I'm back and out of licorice. So, in this box, I got my trusty sewing awl with 1 needle, because I broke the last one making that tarp. A whole bunch of different threads. And I'm thinking, like, this one matches nice. A little bit of contrast wouldn't be that bad, eh? A little brown thread in there, or black. It's nice dark brown, that'll work. Okay, so we're gonna get this thread with this awl. And only my second time using one of these. So I don't put it inside here because I don't have enough. I need more spool than that offers. So what I do is I just keep the spool on the outside and use what I need. But to use one of these is pretty simple. You thread it through your needle eye. Okay, yep. My big old fingers aren't easy. Okay, got it through there. You pull out the length that you need for your project. I'm gonna add just a little bit at the end. So you got about 4 extra inches here. That's the length we need. And now we poke it through. Which I'm gonna go this way, and keep a good eye on it. Poke it on through. Yank. Whoop. Tangled up already. That didn't take long. You're gonna take all this, yank it on through. This is our end that we did the length of the project there. And now we just have a piece of thread through our project, and that's all. Get you a closer look here. Right on down to the action. Little intermission here. Oh, I got clothespins. What these are called? I think that's what they're called. So we're gonna put these on here to make sure the fabric doesn't move too much on us. Yeah, a little smart. And this is like 17.5 ounce canvas, so it's definitely not easy to work with either. She's pretty stiff. That's a good thing. It'll last forever. Like, it'll outlast me. I'll die before this thing dies, I think. So that's good. Alrighty, we got all the clothespins in there now. So that's holding it while we do this. We got our working line all the way over here. Got a little 4 inches extra on the end there, just in case. And now, we're not making our stitches fairly close, but also far enough where I'm not going to be here for hours because it's all by hand. Every stitch is obviously going to take time. So I'm just going to go about 1/4 inch-ish. Poke it on through without stabbing my finger on the other side. You poke it through, you pull it back, you'll create a little gappage here, right? Yeah, see that? You grab this working end, you put it through that, pull it, and you pull this tight to make this side tight. You pull this back through, like that. You pull them both and it'll lock your stitch. So now, pull that. You see how it pulls this up here down, and now you have a stitch. You keep on doing that the whole length of her here. Alrighty, just finishing up the last stitch here. You're all tightened up. So now, all that is stitched. Winning, fairly good, fairly decent. Not too upset about it. I'm going to cut enough so I can tie the ends here. Now to tie them, a few different ways that you can do it. I'm going to go back through the last stitch. So I'll show you guys this. So that's the final one. This is the one before. I'm going to go back through it if I can here. Yeah. And then just pull some of this thread on out here. Give her a snip. I'm going to do a simple square knot. Like that. And that. Tighten it up real good. A little over 1/2 inch out there. Grab your trusty lighter. And just burn the ends back. Don't want to burn the actual stitch we did. So burn them back. Give them a good press, and there's just kind of a glob there. of melted thread, and that should not get undone. Now we have this entire line stitched. I'm pretty happy with that. So now we got to go and do the next step, and that's going to be stitching each side here all the way down, and this one all the way down. So we're gonna get to that, and I'll bring you back when that is done. There we are. The stitching is done almost. A few things have happened. Thing number one, I went to the mail and my new saw came in. It's a Boreal 24. Pretty excited about that. Show you that in a minute here. But this guy is now sewn on 3 sides. 1, 2, and then this just hemmed it. That's all we did there. So now if we flip it inside out, we'll have a bag. 2 things we got to do before we do that. 1 is box the corners. So you'll see I drew a box in each corner. We're going to cut that, and I started this stitch high, so we're not going to cut any stitching. We're going to cut that out and then push. It's complicated. Not really, super simple, but I can't explain it. Basically, we're going to make it so that this has a bottom. So instead of it being like this at the bottom, it'll have an actual like flat bottom. So when you put gear in it, it just fits really nice. And then we have to seal all the edges as well. So all these, I think I've decided, because I don't know if I can do a rolling stitch, which is just where you go around it like that proper. That'd be the ideal way to do it. I might just end up getting like an epoxy and just epoxying the edges together. So it'll help with strength, and then I'll keep it from fraying out. Yeah, decide what I'm gonna do there. But as far as it goes, most of it's done, honestly. Now we just gotta get the strap, because this is how it's gonna look, just like that. We gotta get the strap to go, obviously, around it. So stitch that on the back, but that'll be pretty simple, pretty straightforward procedure there. Yeah, gotta make some decisions now. How do I wanna do that? I just don't know if I can do a rolling stitch with an awl. Is that possible? I think I know how to do it. Okay, I'm gonna try this here. So I have 3 times the length I need. So 16 inches times 3 of thread on here. But thread it through our first hole we made anyway. Then I have to pull it all the way through. Oh, this is gonna be painful. Okay, I'm gonna have to just pull it out of here. That's what we're gonna do. We're just using the needle. We're just simply gonna pull it through. Come back over. So we just went through that hole. And we're gonna go through it again to lock it. Right? Maybe. Again, guys, I'm winging it here. I have no idea. Like that. And then that locks it. And we'll go to the next one. There. Ooh. Really should be wearing a glove. Ooh, that glove is not thick. Okay. Keep on doing this. And that should fully fix our issue. So I'm gonna keep on doing that. Yeah. Hopefully it works. It'll work. It'll seal it up. This is what we're gonna do. So I'll catch you back when we're done with this part. We're doing it. So now we are a step closer. Hold on. That's better. We're a step closer. Oh, the battery is almost dead. Bummer. So we have a rolling stitch done on each side. Now I have to do a rolling stitch on here just to keep that from fraying out, which is actually pretty important, I think, because if I want this to last a lifetime, I gotta do it right the first time, and it takes a few extra minutes, but whatever. It'll be worth it. I'll be using this thing a lot, hopefully. So yeah, I'm gonna rolling stitch the edges, and then I'll bring you back when it comes to boxing the corners, because that's something different. I'm back. So now, these ends up here, where the flap is also hemmed, or whatever you call that. Just, you know, anti-fray stitching, that I'm calling it. So you can see the bag. That's how it's gonna be. What we're gonna do now is box the corners. So this is interesting. So basically right now, if you put something in here, it's got a pointy bottom, like it comes to a nice tight fold. What we want is to have a flat bottom, like that. So if I put something like a bottle in there, it sits nice. In order to do that, it's called boxing the corner. So what we're gonna do is cut in a box. So essentially we're gonna stitch it like this. And what that's gonna do is once you do it on both sides, it's gonna give us that flat bottom we're looking for, just like that. So we're gonna get to cutting and stitching. And that's the reason that I started my stitches about a 1/2 inch above that, because I'm gonna be messing around still. I didn't wanna cut through a nice stitch I just made. So let's see here. I got 2 outlines, 1 on each side, just 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. So 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches that way. We're gonna cut it out. And if you're not crazy like me and you don't have 17.5 ounce canvas, that's what this is. Super thick, super heavy duty. If you have like 10 ounce or 12 ounce or even 14 ounce, a lot of sewing machines can handle that. This is just too much. And I don't have a sewing machine. And this is $20 on Amazon. So I figured it's a lot cheaper than buying a sewing machine. Messes up your fingertips a little bit. That's all right, no big deal. Build handmade, fully by hand, all manual tools. If you guys want to do this at home, it takes 0 fancy tools. The entire kit, thread, all, everything came together for like $20 or $22 shipped, something like that. Super cheap anyway. Okay, we got these 2 pieces here, which I feel like I should keep for some unknown reason, so I'm just gonna set them aside. I'm not gonna throw them out. And now, we got 2 cutouts. And what we're gonna do is pull it apart, and then we stitch it this way. Look at that. So that bottom seam here, we're gonna line up with this seam. Just like that. Now, I'm gonna stitch across that. Just stitch that together. Alrighty, let's get to her. Corners are boxed. Now we really got something. The last thing we gotta do is put those straps on. So we got our strap, we just gotta trim it up on the edges is all. Be fairly easy to do. Take our skizzers and just get rid of this extra. All we're doing is getting rid of this extra little lip that we got on here. So let's go along and give her a little snip, bud. A little snipski. I'm also going to treat this most likely with a waterproofing that I made. Now that's definitely not natural, unfortunately. It's just mineral spirits and silicone, but it works very well. It's very cheap, because to buy waterproofing these days is kind of a joke. If you don't know, it's like 70 bucks a gallon where I live, even more. And it doesn't even do a tarp. Alrighty. Something like that. Stitch it on there. And so the stitch that I'm gonna do is gonna be like a box, I think. And then an X on the inside. I'm pretty sure that's about as strong as you can make something. So I'm gonna start it at a corner, make the entire, no, I won't actually, I'll have to, how do I do that? I'll go here, 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 nope, here, here, nope, here, 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 here. No, see? Oh, it's one of those games. You gotta figure this out now. So, final shape we want is this. We gotta be able to stitch it in one motion, so do we do... No, see, because then we have this line open. Where did I start that? I started that there. So if we do diagonal, down, over, see, no matter what you do, is it even possible, guys? I'm gonna have to double up somewhere. One of these lines will be doubled. I'll make that one the upper one, the one closer to my shoulder, so it's more strength. That's what I'll do. No big deal. I think if we just come out 4 inches, that'd be 4 there. Do it 4 inches away from the edge, and then we give it something like that, eh? We're gonna work with that. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. You're just coming along for the ride. Alrighty, straps on. So, that's the haversack. Sure, I'm gonna load in it, get a simple little gear load out for you, but look at that. It's not too bad, eh? I like that, I think it's quite nice. Alright, let me show you what I'm gonna kit it out with. Here's a basic rundown of what I'm probably gonna put in this thing when I go to the old bush. So, water filter, twine, this is bank line, hard bank line. Tarp, I think this is like a 7x9-ish tarp. 4, count them, 4 stakes for the tarp. So I can set up just like a basic shelter from just vibing, just chilling. This is like a day kit, just remember that, what's in here. And then, well, canteen kit, spoon, metal cup, all that good stuff, so I can actually put over a fire. And the old everything bag, which in here, so on the outside, fire starting, Verisium, steel striker for flint, shmag, lantern, headlamp, another spork, fish mouth spreader, we've been over that. Fire starting, there's like actual fire starters in here, and char cloth. So, little emergency kit. Pretty straightforward. Basically, if I'm out and about and want to have a fire and do whatever, if I'm fishing, I'll bring this, put my tackle box in here. So, it's got lots of space to put pretty much anything. But then check this out. Because I made it the way I did, with those box corners and everything, stuff like this fits in there quite nice. So for loading it out, put that in there. Put these at the bottom. Water. The tarp, water filter stuff, and just like that. Oh, and I got a little compass thermometer deal on the outside. So it's currently 58 degrees Fahrenheit, just so you guys know. It's got a compass on her too, so that's pretty cool. But check it out. It's actually comfortable. It's never going to be loaded out super heavy, so I don't have to make it like crazy with the stitching or anything. But that is quite nice, actually. I like that a lot. Super lightweight. If I'm going for a day trip, this is what I'll carry. Hold on. They'll either have this on me or a fishing rod. So, all kitted out. Oh no, I just dropped a bunch of stuff behind this safe. Oh, that's so not good. So less than ideal. Man, that's so unfortunate. What am I doing with my life here? Anywho. Okay, nonetheless, we got all the gear in here to just chill in the woods. We got that to find some food or whatever we want in the woods. Yeah, I'm excited to use this. Probably do an overnight out of it, honestly. It's big enough, like 10 pounds of stuff in there, do an overnight. Not too shabby. But that's where we're at with this. So now we got a haversack. I'm pretty happy with it. Next step's gonna be to waterproof it. We'll do that in another video. I think it's pretty well waterproof. Like, it's water resistant for sure, this canvas. It's not treated to be absolutely waterproof though, so we'll deal with that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Build this yourself. It's definitely worth it. It's pretty cheap materials if you do it all yourself. You can buy them for like 50 bucks, but come on, make it yourself. Have some fun. But yeah, again, thanks for watching. I will see you in the woods.